Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, I am SendIt Steve, and this is my beast F450 right now. Now, I know a bunch of people think that I think this is the best truck in the world and this and that, and guys, it's just kind of like a hyping it up type of thing. I don't think this is the best truck. Yes, I'd probably rather have a Cummins engine in it and things like that, but it is what it is. I do really enjoy the truck. I like the truck, and I definitely hype it up for the video. So, as you can tell by this clip here, alrighty guys, so today driving down the road, we got a little bit of a drain water separator warning. So basically what I'm gonna do is wait till tomorrow, and we're gonna make a video about it. So I hope you guys are, you know, ready to learn, because we're gonna drain some water out of the separator here on the old 6.4. So see you guys in the morning. As you can tell, I did have a it says drain the water separator for the truck, so we're going to go ahead and do that today. But first, I'm going to go ahead and get all the fuel filters and oil filters, because I think it's due for an oil change and things like that. I have worked the truck pretty hard, as we all know, by going to the storms and things like that. It's time to do some maintenance on the truck, and I hope you guys are ready to do it. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to run and grab fuel filters and oil filters. We're going to get it all changed, and she'll be ready to go. Now, we are supposed to get a little bit of snowstorm and all that tonight and then throughout the weekend. So I do want to make sure that the truck is ready in case I do have to go work. As we do know, I run generators part-time. So basically, if we get called out, I want to be ready, and I know it's overdue. I think we're at like 12,000 miles. I usually try to change them every 10, and the filters I don't think have been changed in probably 30,000 miles since the previous owner bought the truck off of me. So basically, we're going to go get that stuff. Let's head over and get the stuff now. As you can tell, I did have a it says drain the water separator for the truck, so we're going to go ahead and do that today. But first, I'm going to go ahead and get all the fuel filters and oil filters, because I think it's due for an oil change and things like that. I have worked the truck pretty hard, as we all know, by going to the storms and things like that. It's time to do some maintenance on the truck, and I hope you guys are ready to do it. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to run and grab fuel filters and oil filters. We're going to get it all changed, and she'll be ready to go. Now, we are supposed to get a little bit of snowstorm and all that tonight and then throughout the weekend. So I do want to make sure that the truck is ready in case I do have to go work. As we do know, I run generators part-time. So basically, if we get called out, I want to be ready, and I know it's overdue. I think we're at like 12,000 miles. I usually try to change them every 10, and the filters I don't think have been changed in probably 30,000 miles since the previous owner bought the truck off of me. So basically, we're going to go get that stuff. Let's head over and get the stuff now. Oh, and as you guys can tell, we do have the super singles off, and this is going to be probably for the end of the video. We're going to clean it up, and I got a little special treat for you guys. So we do have the super singles off the truck. Like I was stating before, I had the super singles. I was ready to put them on, but everybody said how terrible they are in the snow. So we are back to our regular setup, just in case we do get some snow. So I got our oil filter here. I got to run and grab a few more parts. I got to get some more oil, things like that. So I forgot I had this left over from when I had the truck previously. So we have this. Let's go get everything else we need. Unbelievable. You always forget how expensive it is to maintain a diesel until you got to do it. So I did want to tell you guys too, we do have an outer tie rod that is bad on the truck. So it isn't a big deal. They had one in stock. They did have a cheaper one, but I like Moog. They're pretty good suspension parts, and we know I beat the heck out of this truck off-road. So we went with the best. It's pretty simple. If you know where it is, you're good to go. As you can tell, right there is a little box, a little pump. Basically what you're going to do is there's a little lever. Grab that lever. Ooh. Let me grab a screwdriver, actually. Looks like this thing had a brake line repaired at one point or another. And or somebody was under there doing something, because they left that hang. All right, let me grab a little screwdriver here, and we'll get this popped. All right, well, that's not good. It is definitely super cold, and it just popped right off. We gotta figure this out now. All right, well, since that ended up breaking, I'm not sure how well you can see, but there is just 3 bolts that hold it on. It's like one here, and then one in the corner here. So I will go ahead and order a new one. They said they can have it by 3 o'clock this evening. So until we get that, we'll just go ahead and start changing the oil. Let that drain. Well, I had a little bit of an overfill. Definitely forgot that there was that much oil in it, and we'll get that cleaned up. But while we're doing that and while it's draining, we'll come up here and we'll get these things taken off up here and get the caps for the fluid or filters. So we'll get the caps to the filters off, and I like to use a little monkey wrench. Sometimes I use a socket too, but a little pipe wrench seems to do it better than the others. Otherwise you tend to strip it out sometimes. So a little pipe wrench on her seems to get her loose every time, and I'm okay with it. Just a little easier sometimes. Now this is going to be your fuel filter here, or one of your fuel filters rather, because we do have one underneath the truck that we are going to change also. Now you will probably spill a little bit of fuel doing this. Same with the oil, you will probably spill a little bit during the change. That filter doesn't look too terrible. I mean, it's definitely dirty and definitely needs changed. But as you can tell, the fuel in there is definitely clean. Pour some of that in there. That's some of the tricks, guys. Set that to the side. And now we'll go ahead and get our oil filter. Now, if I were you guys, I would put the fuel filter in before you pull the oil filter. But we all know I'm SendIt Steve and I ain't scared of a good time. Also, I'd usually lay like a rag down across here. Look at that, little to no mess. Just a couple drips, none obviously in the fuel, which is a positive. And this filter definitely was due to be changed, for sure. You can tell it's starting to suck itself in a little bit, but we'll get her all changed up and we'll be ready to rock. We have got our new filter and O-ring installed. Now it's time to put her in and put her back together. Very simple to do on these guys, and I know a bunch of people are scared to change your own oil on your diesel truck. Well, if you're scared to change your oil on your own diesel, maybe you shouldn't own a diesel. Just kidding. Now on this one, I am just going to put the OEM cap back on, because we don't have that Sinister oil filtration kit, so no sense using it just to be pretty. See if we can't pour this without making a mess. Oh yes, new fresh oil. Daddy loves you. at that, little to no mess. See if our display is off. Alrighty, we got her running. She's getting all warmed up here. Almost to 90 degrees. I gotta admit, guys, I do love this truck. We're gonna back up a little bit here so we can get the oil drum out. One of the perks about having a lifted truck is if you overfill an oil caddy like this, all you have to do is back up and you can drive right over it. So let me get this mess cleaned up here and we'll be right back with you guys. We are gonna run and grab that part that I do need. It's the drain for the water separator. So the Ford dealer actually does have it. They called me, I called them back. We are good to go. We're gonna go pick it up and we're gonna get it installed tonight. Hopefully we have some daylight left. It is getting dark and it is supposed to snow, but I'm hoping I can get it done and get it installed for you guys so I can show you guys how to actually do that. If not, it will be in the next upload. Alrighty, well, we have our Ford OEM part here, and unfortunately, like I said, the sun did set and it is starting to snow a little bit. So we're gonna actually go play for a little bit and we'll get that installed at a later date. Now, it did throw an engine light because that thing is broken off, but not a big deal. We'll get it taken care of. So let's have some fun. Oh, I told him he don't want none. I told him he didn't want it.
I get past that third hump and I start sliding.
Yeah.
So my options are either like, I got no steering because I'm sliding. So I'm like, okay, turn right, hope it hooks and go down, or left and bail out where I'm safe. And I was like, I'm just going left. I'm just bailing out.
Definitely. Now from up there, I could only see like the top of your truck and it's just sliding sideways down this hill. And then it like goes out of my sight sideways. And I'm like, oh man.